Hey guys, welcome back to our broadcast, and I'm so excited to be here again. I want to really appreciate everyone for the first edition. We are here for the second edition, and today we are talking about the importance of um, capacity in building the industry. And here with us today, we have our amazing capacity lord, no other person than Mr. Apollos.
Good day, everyone. It's nice to be on set with Petesignature.
It's not easy. It's not easy to find me. Well, I really appreciate you for coming and uh, talking about capacity. You know, we have known you for capacity building, capacity uh, structures. And a lot of persons call you capacity lord. I personally call you capacity lord because I know what you can, control. So today we want to talk about capacity, and first of all, I want to hear from you. How's the journey been being a contractor? Tell us
Okay.
how's it been being a contractor? What has
mm,
been the challenges? And a lot of person want to know.
okay. Normally I started as an apprentice. So while I was learning, I I happened to learn in a place where I have younger or junior apprentice under me. So I was able to control them and teach them and lead them before I left. So that pattern of um, having workers under your control has been with me right from my training period. So it was easy for me to build a team because I learned it from my learning stage. So it's not easy to build um, human capacity because you have to be patient, and the rest, and a lot of investing into them before they can be there. So the challenges thus far is you're trying to separate the good heads from the bad heads and trying to carry everybody along, and also trying to make sure your team, the well-being of your team, the welfare. That has just been the big two challenges we have.
So I want to ask, everybody it's not everybody that is interested in building capacity, right? Some person just prefer that whenever the project comes, they they sort for people that will do the job, which that's what work for them. And there are some persons who are interested in drawing those persons close to them and building them to whenever whenever they need them, you can easily call upon them and they are always available. Rather than when you have the project, you have to go looking for workers that will. So, what has been the advantage of building capacity to your own self, not building them to the industry generally? There's something to build for yourself, and you have them around you, and another thing to build them for the society.
Okay. Now, especially
First of all, which one do you build? Do you build for society or you build for yourself?
I build for both.
Okay.
I build for both myself and both for the society.
Mm.
Now, let's talk about building for myself. You know, when you have a big capacity, your capacity determines the number of projects you can handle.
Okay.
There are some persons with a very large capacity, they can handle four, five, six projects at the same time conveniently. They won't feel it. It won't stretch them.
Mhm.
So, and the project will be, as I'm talking to you right now, we're handling a project where we have about 10 workers on site and a supervisor. And it's not even a direct project, and the main contractor is not on ground. Me, myself, I'm not on ground. But there's a supervisor on site giving report to both me and the contractor. Do you get? And when the client sees that these numbers of people are on ground and there's a standing supervisor supervising the workforce, there's a level of um of peace or ease. They will feel you are very professional. They will know that these guys are professional. Whether they are there or not, the job is going and there's somebody on site that can report to both the client and to both the contractor. So you see that level, that placement. To get to that level is not easy, but it's worth it because we can do multiple projects like that. Have people on ground, have supervisors on ground, and they are all reporting to us. And whether you like it or not, it's huge money. When you're having a project where there are about 11 workers on site, you just imagine the figures that we're talking about on that project.
what are the importance of building a capacity? You know, um, everybody tends to have a team. Everybody are team leaders now, but to be honest, it's not everybody that are building capacity. Um, so I want you to tell us the importance of building a capacity
Okay.
as a team leader. Why do I need to build capacity?
Now, one thing in business, and people tend to see some people that these guys are more professional than the average painter, and that has to do with your capacity, your technical competency, and so forth and so on and so forth. So you see, human capacity has a big deal to do with you calling yourself a contractor.
Yes.
Because when a big project, when a gigantic project comes, that will test your capacity.
Okay.
If really you have capacity or not. Then sometimes too, also if you also have financial capacity, it can help you to also control a major place or a big contractor with human capacity. So they are both sides with, but if you don't have human capacity and you don't have financial capacity, if those kind of project comes to your way, you might lose the project because they will know that this guy is not competent enough to handle this project.
So you're saying that as a team leader, you need capacity. You need to build capacity because of the advantage of handling multiple contracts.
Yes.
And he has a way of passing a message to clients that this guy doesn't have capacity to handle this project.
Yes. And let me tell you, your clients, whether you like it or not, they see you.
Okay.
They see your team. They see your workforce. They see the power that you can control. They see the work. So there are some of my clients when they want to come in for a job, they will call me, Apollux, please, can you send some of your boys to come? Can you send one or two of your boys to come? They know they cannot call you
because you have the capacity.
Yeah, because I have this large capacity and this thing is small. So it's just for me to send one of my workers to come sort this thing out. So now, if there's a very big project that comes to them or to their mind, see, the first person they would think of is a painter with a capacity.
Yeah.
So meaning, if myself and another painter is in their mind as a painter, and over time they've studied me that have this very big capacity, when this big project comes, the first person they will want to call is me.
Is it have capacity?
Yes, because it's so visible, it's clear that this guy has capacity.
Interesting. So as a team leader, you are limiting yourself without building capacity.
Yes, you are. Then again, there are some people that I work for. They will give me one project. While the project is ongoing, they will still give me another project. I work with an engineer that gave me 3 projects at the same time. Now,
knowing fully well that you can.
Yes, knowing fully well that I have the capacity to handle the 3 at the same time. But if you don't have that capacity, the clients will know. These engineers, they will know that this guy cannot handle these 3 projects at the same time. So instead of them giving you the 3, they will give you one. They will look for someone else to do the other ones.
Okay, so that brings us to these questions. Now we have the understanding that building capacity or having capacity as a team leader will help me grow.
Yes.
And will help me control a lot of contracts that is beyond just ordinary contracts.
Having a lot of opportunities.
Yes. So now have you trained anyone who has betrayed you in the process? And you feel like, oh, I've wasted my time training this boy and he has betrayed me this fast. And you tend to give up on the person.
Now, I've trained a lot of people that have betrayed me in the past.
That does not stop you from training.
That does not stop me. I'll be working.
So how have you able to dealt with it that someone betrayed you? Because some person will say, I cannot teach these people again because the one I taught last, they showed me pepper. They end up clearing all my clients.
Then you are not ready. Then also you don't have a structure.
Okay.
So you have to put in a structure where you lay your templates and you set your rules. Now, there are people that you must let go, no matter what. If not, they will come and spoil the structure that you put in place. Sure. There's a worker of mine that I've sent away 3 times, and I also brought him back. Those times that I was sending him away, is making him understand that I don't want this. this is not the pattern that they must follow.
Okay.
So and I'll make him write an apology letter or an undertaking, and he will come back to the system. Now that will keep the rest workers in check. That if they fuck up like this, someone will dish them. So once in a while, you have to bring that pattern, that disciplinary pattern, to make the rest understand that this is a no-go area.
Yeah.
They make mistakes, but you correct them, you discipline them. Sometimes you give them little fine, little punishment. Sometimes you send them out of, like in my work structure, a lead painter or a team head has the right to send the worker to the site, and I won't have a say over it.
That's because you have a structure that is working for you.
So they will just call me that, sir, we are sending this worker out to the site. Even when the worker tried to call me from the back, I will tell him that I'm very sorry that you see that authority, that power over letting you come back to that site, I don't have it. It's that foreman that has it. If you go and apologize to him and he pardons you, fine. But if not, you are going home that day on that project until that foreman agrees that you're coming back. So that will create pattern, that will create structure, leadership, authority for the workforce. So there are a lot of stuff like that you do to put your workforce or your structure under check.
So I've actually understood now that a lot of us as team leader don't have structure.
Yes.
So enable us to build capacity, because you cannot be talking about capacity when you don't have structure.
Yes.
So you need to have structure that help you build capacity. Sometimes all you just need is just the structure, and everybody that is coming to work with you has to follow the structure.
Yeah, the structure.
Meanwhile, you're already building a capacity for your own lane. Okay, that's very interesting. There are certain envy in the industry, and it might not be so obvious, but it's there. It's very there. Especially when you build capacity, when you build a lot of person capacity, a lot of persons you have, they say, Apollux has more capacity. Yeah, sometimes I've called you for workers because I don't have the capacity you have, which is obvious. And I just needed a worker, and I called you after, send me one of your boy or give me one of your boy to work with. So how can we, not get this thing over our head that, so person is doing more than me? Or there are some persons that are saying, I want to be like Apollux. You did not know the kind of structure Apollux had, and you're already putting the investment, the time that Apollux is putting. You don't know, you don't want to know, but because it's not working the way Apollux is going, you already put yourself under pressure. So what advice can you give those people that just want to be like you overnight?
Okay, it is that first of all, a lot of painters.
They used to say no pressure,
no competition.
And there's competition.
But although a lot of painters, they've called me, business talk, and asked me how I work with my workers, how I train my boys, what's the payment structure, what's the pattern, what's the disciplinary
payment structure as well too.
And yes, and I give them hints, I teach them, and they go with that knowledge, and it works for them. Some big names. And they are doing very fine. One of my colleague called me recently and told me that he's doing freedom for 5 of his boys. There was a time that guy did not have that structure of training workers, and he was always complaining that we talked over it, and over time that guy started having that structure in place, and he's handling a lot of projects at the same time. He's doing well now. So it's just for you to see. I've said it before, what you don't know. Then you meet this next guy, that knows this stuff. Let him explain to you how this thing works. Then you learn it and try it from your end. It can work for you, it may not work for you, but you've given it a try. And there's a whole lot of investment. Sometimes some will not pay you. But over time, when you have this vision that this is what you want to do, see, when there is a will, there's a way. Honestly,
there's a way.
So over time, with your push, with your mind at it, and with the fox energy that you're putting into it will come to play. I know a lot of painters, big painters, that they don't have the structured workers in place for them that are loyal to them. I've gone to sites where the clients, they will call me the Apollux, this is your boy, saying, can you imagine I call your worker, tell her, say, I won't give her 10,000, maybe do this place, go there, say, I'm not going to. You tell me, say, they take her more. Say me, they call me first. That's because one way or the other, I might find out. And even if I don't find out, it's not good that he should call me. Don't worry, he will do the work, but just call me. And he will not have to call me. Now, because sometimes I will tell him to pay the boy directly. See, there are I don't know for some people, but most of my clients, if I'm sending some of my workers to you, sometimes I send them their number. As I send the number of the client directly. See, there's a structure in place for that boy not to misbehave. There's a project I'm doing right now for a contractor. I sent him about 4 workers that are working on the site. I sent him the supervisor's number that are working on site. See, not all contractor can do that. But I have this structure in place over time. It doesn't mean anything to them. A client's number on their phone doesn't mean, because sometimes there's a gap that you might miss if those guys do not communicate, trying to secure your client. For me, I've put in a structure that doesn't affect me anymore. I don't even see it. I swear, who fuck up my lose. Who fuck. See, and now let me tell you, see, and there's a level you handle difficulties to. That when you're handling difficult situation, it will become normal to you. You see, when maybe any of my worker is trying to work on my client, it doesn't even mean anything to me. I'll just tell the guy that, this is not the structure. But now it won't take you anywhere if you like. But most times, we'll not pass just that one project. Over time, you can't continue doing that. And every other worker will see you as a betrayer and as a threat. Do you know the mindset that you created for them, that this guy is a betrayer to the structure? So, see, let me tell you, if any of my workers tend to betray me, I don't see it as a big deal. Because people have done it in time past. And it doesn't really mean anything to me. Over time, you discover that thing did not touch me, did not move me. Because, bro, there are clients everywhere and there are jobs everywhere. So, there are some things we need to overlook. Because whether you like it or not, it might happen, it might come to play. But how you handle those situations matters a lot. That's why you're the contractor. That's why you are who you are.
Thank you very much. Before we round up, I just want you to enlighten us. Is there also a structure of payment? Because a lot of people want to know that. I have a little structure now up to you, but I'm having challenges on how to make payments for them.
Okay.
I think I've called you one time that how do I pay this person that comes? So a lot of people don't know how to pay. There are some interior designer that will come and say, "Hey, I don't know how to pay artisan. How do I pay?" So is there a structure to capacity building?
Yes, there is. Now, for instance, I'll tell you for free. If I take in an apprentice today, for the first 3-4 months, that guy is useless to me. Especially for the first 3 months, I don't see him as being useful. Now, whether you like it or not, I'm paying that guy from day one. That's why sometimes when I take in new apprentices, I make them pay a fine, or a fee rather, so that they will understand this structure that they are coming to. Because whether you like it or not, on your first day, I start paying you. And you're more or less very useless at that time. But over time, you see the senior guys over there, they will start teaching this guy. Within 3 months, this guy will start being useful. You see those money that I've paid him in time past, we start, working for it. And mind you, if that guy stays for about 6 months, that guy will be working back to back for about 6 months. He's far better than some painters that are out there with 2 years experience. If you tact it, I will bring them to you. You see that this guy, they perform very well. Now, if this my apprentice is going to work outside, you pay him as a professional painter. He will bring the money back. And then there's a certain percentage we give to him. See, those are structural. This guy knows, because when he started working, he wasn't on payroll. And at this level of 6 months, he's not yet a professional painter. To our level, he knows. But to the outside world, he's a very good guy. Okay. Now, until the time of his freedom, he knows there's a certain amount of money that is being given to him as payment. And when he's free, he knows he's free. He can still work with us as part of our team. We're not letting them go. We're not sending them anywhere. But if there are jobs outside, you can go. But once we have a job, we'll call you back. That there's a project on ground. See, I have a WhatsApp platform for my team of over 25 painters that are loyal to me. These are people that I build. And when I call them, they answer. Then I also have external people that I bring in, I shaping them, I show them that this is structure in place. Now, you might be a professional painter before, but when you come into our team, you have to follow this structure to meet up to our standard. So that we can see you as part of us. Then we bring, so you can get people from outside that are already professional and put them into your team, but you must have a structure that they will follow so that they won't go outside the box. So there's a payment pattern. Now, normally for a journeyman painter, their money is 10K. And some collect 12K, 15K, depending on their competency and their technical know-how. So then for subcontract, there's a way they calculate money for subcontract. But the normal, daily pay for journeyman painters is between 10,000, 12,000, some 15,000, depending on the job description and the rest.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I've come to the end of this section, and I really appreciate you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This training is coming up on the
February 26 to 28.
26. Act of
the Apostles.
Act of the Apostle.
As a 3 days training.
So you guys should register and make sure you come and learn more on capacity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.